What is up, everybody? This is Steve, also known as Richard, and we're coming back to you with another game as the English, actually another mirror matchup, playing against Ego Bola SA Twitch and YouTube. So he also has a channel. I went to check him out. Pretty cool guy. Nothing crazy there or weird. You know, it was a pretty cool guy. I liked watching his stream and so on. I don't know if he's on YouTube, but he is on Twitch. So it's a pretty cool mirror matchup here. So it means both of us probably are gonna be pretty decent. You know, we're not in the top 1,000, but we're pretty decent at what we do. So you can see immediately there's quite a difference here. So what he does is initially his first villager came out a little bit later than ours, but he did go for a double scout. So if you check out here, you know, first scout's running there, second scout's going to be back here. So he's going for a nice sheep rush or getting more sheep on this specific map, high view. You're not going to get too much sheep, so you have to focus on secondary food sources and so forth. So I'm going for a specific build order here that I'll show you guys. So first 6 villagers are on sheep. First villager made a little... Oh no, that's perfect. Okay, so 6 villagers on sheep. First villager that comes out of the town center goes to build the mining camp. Second villager that comes out builds the house. And basically by the same time that they're done, the mining camp takes a little bit longer than the house. But once that's done, both of them goes onto the gold vein. And the third villager that comes out goes immediately to the lumber camp. You can even see I made a little mistake here by not immediately training more villagers, which gives me a little bit of a slow villager count because I didn't make villagers. I was focusing too much on my own scout, which is all the way up here, trying to get all of that sheep. So a little bit of a micro error there on my side, but that's okay. You can see that the exact same thing, 2 villagers on gold. Going over now to more onto the wood, you can see they are rallied onto the wood line. So exactly the same tactic here. 7 villagers now on food, which is actually better than the 6. You can see I only added my 7th villager now, and the reason why you want to add those villagers first, you have 1 on the wood, maybe adding the 2nd and 3rd one onto the food first and then onto the wood, because then you will have this 8 gold per minute and the food per minute reach the recommended at 230. You can actually start with the 2nd age. I was a little bit slow on that. So you'll see he's at the same resource count, very close. Oh, he actually queued more villagers, so a little bit of a problem there, but not an issue. So I removed 2 villagers from the sheep here, take my 2 gold villagers, so gold is clean now, nothing on gold. So we're sitting on 5 and 4, so 5 food villagers, 4 on wood, and we are rallied still onto the wood. You want to have a ratio of 4 and 3. Now I have these villagers, 4 villagers training here. My scout dropped off the sheep, as you can see. And the scout actually finds me here, a little wolf on top of me here. So we have a problem right now. Scout's right there, where the wolf and the scout's hitting me at the same time, which is kind of bad because there's a high chance that you can lose the villager like that. So I try and pick off the scout, not really getting there. You can see he does heal and does not... I didn't lose the villager, at least survived with with 1 HP. Holy smokes, thank goodness. But yeah, we went for a very forward council hall here, and the reason for that is I didn't want my resources or my villagers, longbowmen, to be slow. And you can see the difference now here. He has his gold villagers, food villagers, he has enough to age up, but he's very slow on his council wall, hasn't even started it yet, and now only starts it with 3 villagers from his wood line. So he's sitting on 30... Oh, he actually goes immediately for the barracks as well. That's where his wood went, and he has the extra house. So very similar to what we do, but we try not to spend what we don't need. So I moved more villagers off of the wood line onto the sheep. So now I'm sitting on 10 and 1. The reason why I did that is because I have enough wood to build the barracks if I need to build houses. So, you know, the food supply is more important right now. And I can start immediately with those initial 4 crossbowmen that I need. So I do get the barracks up. I think I delete the mining camp very shortly. because I want that higher food wood count. I actually delete the barracks, that's right. and I didn't want to lose the wood, so I wanted to keep the 200 wood because my council hall was almost done, and the villagers I didn't want to get idled out, so immediately after that I go onto the mining camp because there's a high chance we might go into 2 town centers because of the mirror matchup. Now he's also on 4 villagers here, has the mill out, barracks out. We do not have a mill, we have the single house. We built, second house right there. You know, all of the villagers rallied onto wood again, trying to get the wood supply up. You know, the food supply is pretty high, but you can see now how quickly we're getting those archers out, sitting on 4 archers before his council hall even gets done. You can see 4 archers, and his council hall is not even done. He is starting to train the vanguard men at arms. You do get access to them very, very early on, so you don't need to worry about that. I can actually show you here in the tech tree for the English, your barracks. You get the vanguard, the very first level men at arms, actually in the first stage. There is a tactic where I show you guys against other factions that doesn't need or that actually needs the gold mine. How do you counter that very, very early on? So we send these archers forward, we try and deny this outpost here. We actually do get 2 villagers, not getting the 3rd one there. But you can see now he has the vanguard men at arms and those longbowmen coming out. Now, a villager right here back on the gold, just getting a free kill off there. And I pulled 2 of the villagers off the gold, of the stone here forward, and this is basically a tower rush. So in this type of scenario, the men-at-arm is not the biggest threat. Yes, if you don't have the numbers, he is going to become a problem, but the longbow they are the problem. So we only have 4 longbows, a single scout, nothing crazy, and then the villagers building this outpost, right? Nothing crazy, literally just 4 longbows, nothing extreme. Now this long outpost is going to provide cover all the way up to here for the network of castle bonus, but it's not going to do more than that. So you can see now those 4 longbows able to pick off 2 men-at-arms, because that second one had to run into the outpost here. But we also have a little bit of stone that we gathered from here. So we're sitting about 160 stone now. And what we'll do with that is actually want to get the arrow slit upgrades and trying to keep the low longbowmen safe by actually garrisoning them inside here. And now you can see we go for that double outpost just to get that fortification. It gives the extra 1000 health, 5 fire armor, so it won't be able to get sieged down. And at the same time we're getting the arrow slits, so we get that extra garrison arrow range, so we might even be able to reach further into the space. So now again going for a more forward outpost, sitting on 7 longbows now, and all we're doing is applying the pressure, picking off, targeting the threats like the longbows and stuff. You can see that town center of his is actually reaching all the way till here, so any scouts or anything moving forward is going to get picked off there, but he's not targeting the villagers. Now you can see those 2 villagers right there, the white and red, they're not getting targeted down. So we have this outpost going up and just rushing this so we can get this wood line under control, and immediately going for a garrison soon here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to isolate the resources. So first, wood line has been isolated because this is going to reach all the way, you know, quite substantially down all the way till here. When we get that arrow slit upgrade, it's going to reach all these villagers. So he has to spend more wood going for a second lumber camp, and we know this now, you know, can be aggressive. He has no support from his town center. So a nice way to control this is obviously getting those outposts out as soon as possible and focusing heavy on wood, not focusing on the longbows, because all those longbows that he lost could have been an outpost, which is a permanent, you know, permanent defense, and it would deny stuff like this a lot easier. And you can see at the base, we're just sitting on the 3 houses now, going for a blacksmith for the siege and stuff upgrade. and I took a lot of the food villagers because my sheep is starting to run low over to stone, and because I run out of the upgrade material, you need stones to upgrade your towers. So to get those arrow slit upgrades and the fortification outpost upgrades, you just want the arrow slits. That's basically the main one. But you can see now he's going for deer all the way here to the back. We didn't know that. We have our 2 villagers back here. And we're trying to isolate any supply from his side. So the wood line's isolated, the food is isolated, and now we're going for a stone wall and trying to get those stone wall towers here, because they'll actually have a springald emplacement which does a lot of extra damage to, you know, men-at-arm limits and so forth. So the villagers are not going to go down with this lot of units, but we do have the outpost here. We actually get those archers out because I want to get this wall done, but the arrows or the longbowmen can actually shoot over the wall. Crossbowmen can't. So you can see now we're applying pressure with the longbowmen. They do have the outpost network of castle bonus, and again the villagers going to start finishing this wall. And this is one thing you need to be careful for if you're behind or not getting that proper age up time as the English. I'm just going to pause here to show you guys what I mean. I don't want the game time to run out. So our council hall is very forward. Yes, we know that, but we also had information about him that we are actually starting it before him, right? Secondly is we microed very well in the beginning, so we know that in the mirror matchup our longbows are going to get out before his, and that allowed us to apply the pressure that we did, because we have had only 4 longbows that were able to isolate this whole front base. If you want to go for a defensive playstyle, don't place your houses right underneath like this. Get your council hall as close to the town center as possible. It means that their town center would actually supply that defensive ring and be able to defend against any longbows very early on while you build up your mass and while you get some outposts out to defend your resources. Also, what you can do, if I was Ego Bolsa right here, a little wall down here, you know, instead of spending more resources down here and more resources down here, a little wall down here, outpost very early on as soon as he saw the archers instead of training archers, and another outpost right here would have meant that I was not able to go into this attack, and he would have been able to amass an army that would have been able to attack me. So that's very important just to counter this type of playstyle in the future. But we have 3 towers and the few arrow emplacements that basically won us the game. We did not train more than 20 units, and all we're doing now is we're camping this council hall, so any new archers that's going to come out of here immediately is going to just get picked off. And that's all we want. We have the outpost upgrade or network of castle, and you can see just how effective these longbowmen are going to deal with that. And now this is becoming a very big threat because that's going to apply a lot of pressure. So we're using the longbowman to deal with his longbowman and using our villager to just force the stone wall tower to go up. And he knows once that's up, it's going to be GG. And you can see he taps out, guys. So I hope that shows you guys a very effective English aggressive playstyle, how you can win a lot of easy early games. I'll show you guys soon a playstyle that we isolate the gold very early on with men-at-arms, but that will follow very shortly. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.